here in Setchis, just outside Barcelona in Spain, and we are at the all-new Citroen eC4. We're going to have a video specifically on the eC4. We're going to have another video on the eC4X, and if you're interested in electric Citroens, we're also going to have a video on the eC3 Aircross in a couple of weeks. So make sure you subscribe to the channel if you haven't already done so. Facelift is what it really is, but it's interesting to see Citroen bring in that design language further along with the new badging on the front. We're going to have a look around the outside, the inside, and then take it out for a drive. Main design differences really are along the front. You've got that new stylized 3-part headlight daytime running light with the two horizontal, and then that double one there then as well, with the high low beam module coming in. Starting to see this design language used across a lot of the Citroen cars. Would originally have started seeing this with the Ollie concept back a while ago. Moving down, you have a lot of glass black inside and outside on the Citroen eC4. You've got some nice design going on here. Large new Citroen chevron with the 360 camera inside here as well. Glass black fin underneath that. And then you've got those designs coming up like that Citroen chevron with that radar unit in here. You have the U-clip system where you can change the colors in this. We would have seen this originally on the Citroen eC3. Some matte silver and then matte black down along here. This is one of the new colors, that grey. There is a Manhattan green as well, I believe. It's an SUV, or a coupe SUV, so you're going to get that matte black cladding. 18-inch new designed diamond color with that triangle in the middle. Super Aero, 195/60 18s on this one, and they are Michelin. I love the creases on the bodywork of the Citroen eC4, apologies. You've got some scuff plates down along the side, that more sculpting on the actual door. Hopefully the camera can pick it up there. Body colored door handles with keyless entry. You have gloss black wing mirrors with the indicators built in and retractable. The difference between the eC4 and the eC4X is the body colored A-pillar that you will see on the eC4X, the one with the boot. You have a matte black window line, and then you've got your little window at the back there. Another U-clip color down at the bottom here. That black cladding down across the wheels, and then at the back then you've got your gloss black shark fin aerial, your split spoiler. Instead of a Citroen badge, you've got the word mark. Looks well, and you've got your anodized blue to signify that, because this does come in multi-fuel, and that new taillights, those 3 elements, and that horizontal design in it as well. 360-degree camera here. If I remember correctly, not a power tail lift. If I can get it open. Yeah. 380 litres with a 60/40 rear split in the seats and ski hatch. Multi-level floor. You've got your charging cable in underneath here. Doesn't come with a frunk. You've got some lights up here. You've got your shopping bag hooks. Some storage either side. And then even in underneath there then, you have some more stored down in that footwell there. I think they've done a great job on the rear of it with that new badging. Some gloss black, and then some where the exhaust would go on the combustion engine. They've tastefully put it in here. Fog light at the bottom then as well. Some fake air curtaining, but it is to help break the air coming off the actual car itself. Charging, depending on the market, 7 kilowatt or 11 kilowatt in AC, up to 100 kilowatt in DC. This is going to come in 2 battery sizes, a 50 kilowatt hour, which will have 45 kilowatt hour usable, and then you'll also have a 54 kilowatt hour with a 51 kilowatt hour usable. Ranges on that, let me see if I can pull them up in my notes. You're going to be talking range-wise, with that standard battery, it is a 327 kilometer WLTP, and then that larger, 360 kilometer WLTP, real world probably in around that 250 to 280, and then the larger battery, you're getting 427 kilometers, real world probably 320, 330, but it'll all depend on that coast to coast that we will be doing moving forward. So outside side profile, not so much of a change, but you do definitely get the new lighting designs on the front and on the rear with those new design, with the new badging. Internally, in the rear, you've got those advanced comfort seats, 2 Isofix, you have that central headrest, and you also have the ability of that hatch that goes all the way through, 2 cup holders and a pen holder. And then I'll set up the passenger side for my seats. So that's about as close as I can get to that dash. We're unfortunately missing that tablet holder that was in the original EC4. They don't do it anymore in the new version. Because it's multi-fuel, you do have a large center hump. They have increased the bolstering on these seats, so the advanced comfort seats. So Citroen is all about, there you go, feet in underneath, a couple of inches because they've done a nice job of sculpting. And on the rear headroom, put up that headrest. I'm hitting the headrest before I'm hitting roof, and roof I'm probably still getting 2-3 centimeters. 2 large agiles in the back, 3 smaller people. Got the nice 2-tone seats on this as well. And what they've also done is they've changed from the anodized blue to this kind of fabric here in the door, hard plastic. And then that window goes down as far as there. And so in the back of the seats you also get a mobile phone holder, a pocket for your maps, a single USB type A, and then some venting here as well. It's dual zone climate control. Move up to the front. As always with the Stellantis, there is a bit of a step into it. We would have seen this across the Opel range and some other models that sit on the same platform. The footwells are a good depth. It's just that side wall when you're stepping into it. You can see where the battery pack is actually, but they've taken good space on the door. We've got that fabric, soft touch up at the front, some leatherette, some harder plastics, and then you've got your switchgear, door mirrors, and your controls for your windows, and not a bad sized door pocket. Again, these beautiful, like a chocolate bar seats, the advanced comfort seats. And we have your gloss black. You've got a head-up display, which is actually a pop-up. We'll see that when we're out driving. This is increased from 5-inch to 7-inch, so great to see that improvement. We've got your new badging, but the steering wheel is the exact same as the original one. Probably a bit gloss black going on down here and on the center console. A 10-inch screen with Android Auto, Apple CarPlay, satellite navigation. Not the smoothest, not the fastest, but it gets the job done. Physical knob, car settings and home settings, which are all great there. And you can turn off the driver assistance if you want it. Center hazards, center locking, dual climate control that you can increase or decrease with some physical knobs and physical buttons. USB Type A and Type C, wireless charging pad, storage area with 12 volt and the ability of hiding stuff in underneath there. Your traditional Stellantis switchgear, so you'll see this in other models as well. Park, reverse, neutral, and then 2-stage regenerative braking. It's not one pedal driving, but it is it's definitely 2-stage. Your different drive modes and your drive mode selector with your electronic handbrake, your cup covers for your cup holders, your padded armrest with a little cubby hole in there, not the biggest in the world. Over here then we have the glove box. On left-hand drive models it's fairly decent. Right-hand drive we're losing half of it when it moves over to this side because of that. It still has the cutout in the actual dash there for the tray that used to go there. But for headroom, you're talking all good, 7-8 inches, sitting down nice and low on this car. And again, those comfortable seats. This has the adaptive suspension, hydraulic suspension, advanced comfort suspension, which is the adaptive hydraulic cushioning. So over my left knee, you'll also see some lighting controls and the ability to adjust the head-up unit. That is the interior of the Citroen eC4. I keep calling it the eC3 because it's on my mind. And the eC3 Aircross is over there. It is the non-electric version, and there will be a separate video on the electric version coming to the channel. So that is the inside and the outside of the eC4. We're going to have a look at a separate video of the eC4X with the boot, but otherwise let's take this one out for a drive. What's it like driving the Citroen eC4 One word, it's comfortable. The seats are comfortable with the advanced comfort seats. They've got an extra 15mm foam on the previous ones already, so that chocolate bar design, beautiful. Visibility is great. There is a split across the spoiler in the rear, so just be conscious of that, but you can see a decent bit out of the front, the top and the bottom of that rear window. And this trim has the blind spot option on the door mirrors as well. Lovely teardrop shaped door mirrors in the Citroen eC4 and the Citroen eC4X. We've got the head-up display. It's mirror of what's already on the screen in front of you, so is it a bit redundant? Potentially. It's a nice smooth pickup, and let's put it into sport mode to see if there's much difference in it. Yes, the throttle response is a bit sharper, but this is a car for motorway cruising, not too long on the motorway. It also has vehicle to load, which is something I didn't mention when I was doing my walk around the beginning. You can hear this speed sign recognition there kicking in as we increase up the hill here, just outside Sitges in Barcelona in Spain. Small bit of wind noise from the pillars. It is a very windy day here. That's why we did the walk around interior, inside. Throttle response is decent. Brakes are decent. Prices for the new Citroen eC4 will be starting off with that entry-level standard battery at in or around or under 30,000 euros. It's a nice lump of a car, C-segment coupe, decent space in the rear for adults. And if you want a bigger boot for an extra couple of thousand, you could have the Citroen eC4X. On this trip, we're also going to be looking at the Citroen eC3 Aircross, which would be a lower price point again. So Citroen are really revamping their whole product lineup. You can see by what they're doing across the range for 2025. And we're going here. We're going to go on the motorway to see what it's like on the motorway. We've done a bit of urban driving there now. It is a bit top heavy, so it does lean into the corners, but that's the hydraulic adaptive suspension already kicking in. But we're coming up to some nice fast motorways. You can hear stuff rolling around the back. So currently at 88 kilometers an hour. Put the foot down. Up to 120 on the speed limit. Yeah, a bit of road noise around the bottom of the A pillar. Dash is fairly high up actually, so seeing the front corners can sometimes be difficult. It is an SUV, don't get me wrong, but you're sitting low down into it. That step in that we chatted about as well, large sill in it. But it's comfortable, it's competent, not the biggest battery in the world, so faster charging speed, not big, huge range. It's 134 horsepower. So not going to win any races either, but I like it. You don't see a lot of them on the road, but people who drive them really appreciate the comfort in it. Like chalk and cheese between this and a Model Y, with the suspension on it. And Citroen Ireland have done a recent campaign on how many people in Ireland suffering from back pain, etc., and how Citroen could be the remedy for that because of the suspension and the seats. But can't argue with it. It'd be a lovely cruiser. Looking forward to taking this coast to coast with the slightly larger battery to see if we can do it. It doesn't have a heat pump, and it struggled the last time when I brought the Citroen eC4X to Mayo. It just couldn't make it. Had to stop in Crossmolina. For those of you who know Crossmolina, it was very close to Balmullet, but it just didn't make that 320 kilometre real world. It was a cold day as well. That is a look around the outside, the inside, and a drive of the facelifted new Citroen eC4. Jump into the comments and let me know what you think. If you haven't already subscribed to the channel, please do so. Hit the like button. Share the video if you know somebody that's currently in a Citroen and you think they might want to go electric. And remember, if you think an EV is for you, leave it to me and I'll review. Thank you very much for watching.